us this morning says it's like leaving a baby. If you leave a baby unattended,
you got to put a baby monitor on it.
if you leave a baby unattended, or you leave your embroidery machine unattended, you never know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right. So those are some things from theme number 1.
What are we doing with theme number 2?
Well, let's take a look. We can't officially do theme number 2 until I have my official number 2 on here.
And when we work with Jenny's computer, you're just going to have to hook it up on my computer because her numbers are black. I know, we can't figure it out.
I don't know.
We're not as cool as Kris.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Alicia says, I too know that feeling of saying stop. No, and it doesn't listen. Yeah. Those sewing machines. Why don't they? You know what? I bet they will soon. They're always coming out with the latest and greatest.
You know?
Those sewing machines will start taking commands.
Why not?
Why
not?
What I want the sewing machine to say is don't be so silly. You're okay. You're looking amazing today. That's what and
why can't they tell us that? Oh, wow, look at that straight stitch you got going on.
Yeah, and you are such a good mom, and your kids obey you all the time.
All the time.
Like, I just want affirmations galore on the sewing machine.
I think whether it's telling the truth or not, I could still use the talk. So, yeah, Jennifer.
Did you see what Jennifer said?
Nobody is as cool as Kris.
Except Kyle, because everyone wants Kyle to be their neighbor.
This is true.
Yes.
Calm down. Everything is fixable.
And everything is figure-outable. It's okay if you have to unpick that seam 17 times. That just means more time you get to spend with me. Right?
Right.
On the sewing machine.
Why not? Absolutely.
There you go.
I want to be able to play YouTube videos on my machine.
Yeah, that would be cool too. Okay, guys. So theme number 2, we're going to do kind of a collaboration. Well, we did do a collaboration on this of something that I showed on Studio 5 of this week. And so for our first part of theme number 2, we're actually going to show you the video from Studio 5 so that you can see all 5 projects. And this gal right here was just my saving grace in trying to get the things ready, because it's a lot of work to prepare.
Lot of work.
For 7 minutes.
Especially when you're for 7 small minutes. Yeah. Especially because you're trying to come up with something fresh, something new, something they haven't seen before, and it's fun though. I kind of have liked the little assignments.
So I said, Carillisa, I need your help. So we're gonna show you a couple things a little more in depth today, but let's go ahead and we're gonna take a look at the video. And so if you haven't had a chance to see it, here we go.
So how do you get that? Oh, you share your screen.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It wasn't too hard.
The chill continues outside. I guess it's still winter, even with all the warm love that we're feeling in advance of the holiday. And when it's chilly outside, wrap yourself up in a sewing project. It's a creative escape for many Studio 5 viewers, we know. So here's the invitation. Raid your stash of fabric for all of the reds, the pinks, and the whites, because we have 5 fabulous hand-sewn hearts to make. Kris Thurgood is here. Come on, gotta be one of your favorite holidays.
Yay, Kris!
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun. I love it.
And it's little. I mean, it's half of a month to build up to, but I feel like the project potential gets us excited no matter the timeline.
Well, yeah, and you can actually have these kind of projects out all February long.
True.
And everyone loves them, so yes.
What's grabbing your eye for Valentine's Day?
Oh boy, well, there's so many fun things, but of course, I love the fabric. So anything to do with fabric, I am just all over it. And today I've got some no-sew projects to do.
Thank you.
And some sewing projects
all right.
to share with you.
Where should we start? The table is full.
Exactly. Well, let's go ahead and start with the most simple thing, but it looks really difficult. And that's this heart right over here that you see on a canvas. And let me tell you, would you believe that all it is strips of fabric and some fabric fusion glue.
I almost said you liar, but you're not a liar.
I am not a liar. No. So can I show you how easy this goes together?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to move this so we get a full view.
Oh, yeah. And this is just an old canvas that we wrapped up with white fabric.
Okay.
But what you're going to do is you're going to take another piece of fabric, draw your heart on there, and then you simply take strips of your fabric from your stash. So again, when you're saying like, you know, grab what you have, like this is the perfect project to do that.
Bits and pieces will work.
Bits and pieces, because all you'll do is just cut it in little strips, adds a little bit of fabric fusion on the back, glue it on, and you'll also notice that I have actually extended these strips over top of the heart.
Okay.
Okay, that's exactly what you want to do. You're just like plastering.
They're all going the same direction. You've kind of worked in an ombre chunk, like it starts red.
Kind of the element of making it be a little more artistic was to go with an ombre effect. But you know what? Really, you could do whatever you wanted. If you had large flowers on fabric, you could cut those out and fuse them all over the place.
Fun.
So once you have it drawn on and it's glued on, okay, glue,
thank
and then
you.
we're just going to take some scissors and cut out the heart, and that's how you have the perfect applique heart shape, you know. And I like to call this slappique.
What?
Slappique.
Is that a real word?
No.
You should TM that. Slappique. Whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Because we're going to do an applique, what people might refer to as an applique.
I get it.
We're going to slap that fabric on all over the place.
I like how Kris explains everything thoroughly for me.
I'm trying to help out where I can. So anyway, isn't that simple?
Darling.
And again, we repurposed an old canvas that we already had.
Darling.
So that is the first no-sew project I want to share with you. Now, another no-sew idea is by taking like what they call glitter applique sheets. So here's an example of one. It comes in little tubes. It looks like glitter. However, no mess, which is really nice.
Dance moms everywhere are like, oh my gosh, praise the heavens.
Exactly. So right here you see this darling little banner that I made together. Would you believe that this literally took me about 20 minutes tops. Okay,
I'm in.
All it is I've taken a square of felt, I grabbed a little heart template that, you know, you just draw. Okay, and then all you're going to do is you place it on the back of your glitter applique sheets. You draw the heart, you cut it out. You have a little piece of plastic.
Are you telling me that's a sticker? Peel and stick?
Kind of.
Almost?
Sort of. Almost. We're going to peel off this plastic part, and I'm going to place this over top in the center. And then I'll take just another like small piece of fabric or something just to hold it there.
Buffer the heat.
Buffer the heat, protect the, you know, the glitter. And you don't have glitter all over the place, like I said.
Amazing.
And all you do is you do it that like that, and then it just
Remind me to tell you a story about that.
Yes, you can. So you can actually get probably about 10 of those out of one tube. So it's really simple. And look, I mean, we just took the cute wool balls that are so on trend right now and put them in between. And I mean, no sew. It was easy as can be.
You're speaking my language. What else?
So then we've got woven hearts. Now this takes me back to our childhood. Do you remember making these?
Yes, I do. The basket weave.
The basket weave, and what they would call these
we did those on
hearts, and they're often very popular during Christmas time to hang on Christmas trees. But we took it, instead of with paper, we used felt, we used leather, we used fabric.
Oh, look at the leather detail.
Exactly there are so many different patterns all over the web on how to weave together Swedish hearts. So very fun. And look, you've created little pockets,
that's my favorite,
if you will. And it would be fun to have the kids, you know, be able to add a little bit of candy or some love notes or something in there for that. So there's the woven look, but then you also have another woven look with another banner. Now, banners are still going to be around forever and ever. I don't think we've seen the end of banners, and they're so much fun to make.
Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous.
And basically, and I don't know how well you can tell, but the texture on that is so beautiful. And it just couldn't get any simpler, because you're going to take a piece of fabric like this.
This is stunning.
Draw your heart on it.
Okay.
And then use that to just simply go up with the needle and thread off one side, and you go to the next, and you go to the next, and you go to the next. And once you have done this crisscross shape, then you take a different piece of of the thread, and you're going to weave it up and down,
so
and
it's the
up
fine
and down.
detail of the weave that gives us that intricate texture.
Exactly, and it's you know, it's a little, it's not perfect, and that's what I love about it.
Okay,
is it just has a lot of character to it. So the woven heart's really cute on a banner.
I love that.
It would be cute on a little shirt for a child even.
Oh, and the way you've trimmed it off here, I'll hold this down so we can see with the lace.
Yes.
I mean, that is fantastic. Time for one more quickly, Kris.
Okay,
where are we going?
Oh, where should I go? Okay, how about just finally, you know, you can't go wrong with patched hearts. So we've got lots of fun different patterns for, you know, strip piecing, or you've got the cute buffalo check right here going on with this pillow, and just lots of fun. And these are simple, simple, simple. These are sewing projects, but they really couldn't be any easier, I promise.
Pull them off in time this week, and then have them be a permanent part of your Valentine's holiday stash.
Yeah.
Love them all. It feels like a pun this time of year when I say love it, but I really do.
Yeah.
News from your shop? What's happening at the shop?
You know, lots of great things are going on, especially during this time of, you know, the pandemic. We have so many things, both in stores still. However, our online experience has expanded big time. All of our classes are found online, and so no matter where you live, you can enjoy classes from the comforts of your own home and be able to sew along with us.
Great. My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop is where you want to go. Kris, this was awesome inspiration and fantastic creativity. Thank you so much.
You bet.
All righty, there we have it.
Nice, nice, nice. So fun.
Oh my goodness.
Teeny tiny little slot.
I know, exactly. And it's like 7 minutes. It goes by so quickly.
Well,
It
yeah.
goes by so quickly. But, you know, yeah. Roxana, another t-shirt in the making.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. We got them. Slap a K.
So a couple answers to some of your questions there. First of all, yes, Brooke is expecting again, and this is number 4.
Okay, I was going to say the last time I tuned in,
yeah,
it seems like I watched an older one and I just happened to pick another one where she was pregnant. I'm
Yeah.
thinking, is this girl always pregnant?
she's, I think, yeah, I mean, she'll have 4 in under like 7 years, I think, or 7 or 8 years. So
busy lady.
she's busy, and she's an amazing person. I've known Brooke for years and years and years, and she's just incredible. So, and yes, she does love high heels. So, would you believe that? Is that the craziest thing?
I don't like wearing high heels when
no
I'm
way.
not pregnant.
No, I would not wear high heels. But she told me that she actually prefers them with her her type of foot.
Oh.
She said she actually does better in heels than in flats. So I was like,
Interesting.
okay, there you go. It's very difficult with the pandemic. With you have to stay. We used to be up and close, you know, but obviously you can't have a mask on during the TV segment.
Oh, so you got to stay 6 feet apart.
So you have to stay 6 feet apart. So it feels a little awkward, you know, being on there with her, being that far apart. We used to be able to actually make things a little bit more, and we would help each other out. And
I remember those.
You don't
yeah.
have that anymore.
Yeah.
So kind of interesting. Now, the one thing about when I was ironing the heart, oh my goodness.
Did you notice anything about that?
I about died. So now, you know, I realized I forgot to bring like a pressing sheet with me to go over the glitter. And I mean, I've ironed on top of the glitter before.
I have
and it's
too.
been just
I have too, but you know, you got to obey the rules when you're on camera.
Exactly. So all I had was a piece of felt. So and of course, your mind is going a million miles a second. There's no retakes with these.
Yeah, yeah.
And
You just want to, I would be wanting to make sure I didn't stutter.
Oh
At
my
least
gosh.
if I stutter through
Oh
here,
my
you guys
gosh.
can laugh with me.
Yeah, totally. And
I
so
wouldn't be doing that on
I
studio
grabbed
time.
the felt, but you know, felt doesn't work too good to have the heat go through. And so I noticed that as I was lifting up the felt, that heart did not stick.
So,
And I
no
was
show
like,
the heart.
Not going to show the heart. Hopefully all of you get it. So there you have it. There you have it.
The concept. was
Oh my
there.
gosh, yes.
Yeah.
So this is an up close of the heart banner. Some more, and literally so simple, you guys.
I
This
love it.
is,
It's just one layer of felt.
just one layer of
Yeah,
felt.
I love
wanted
it.
to make it as easy as possible, and so I just drew a template of a heart and just cut this out of glitter, and
I love
slapped it
this
on there.
glitter. I love it because you have no glitter.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And so this is actually hanging Well, it is hanging at my, well, it was hanging at
You
my
took it
home
down.
until this morning. But I did take a picture of it so you could see on my mantle. Oh, here it is. Let's, yeah, that's probably a good enough picture. Oops. Oh, there you go. That's at my house. There we go. Isn't that fun?
Cute, cute.
And so it's really simple, very, very easy, but it literally, I mean, it'll take you an hour and then you're done. So,
yeah. Easy.
it's
The other
really
one's
easy.
a little more intricate. That little stitching.
And yes, and you could use the protection sheet to iron on it too. It was just, again, when you're trying to think so quickly and you're just like, you just grab whatever is like right there, and I grabbed the felt.
And once you know that it's...
And once you know, like, I wasn't going to go backwards and say, oh, not this one, you know, here we go.
You weren't going to do the Jenny and Carillisa show.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
just a minute.
Go with the flow. You go with the flow. That's all there is to it. So anyway, guys, super simple. If you want something that just will whip up super fast, and I bet a lot of you have these wool balls already in your stash, and the glitter sheets.
If you don't,
it'd be really
we sell
fun.
them.
Yes. And then I just did a simple zigzag stitch over top of the
felt. No, the baker's twine. The baker's
twine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so you tell us about this design.
Okay, so
Carillisa
we're
came up
talking... Oh, sorry.
with this idea.
Talking this baby right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah.
Isn't that cute?
It's really, it's always scary, especially when I'm helping you with Studio 5, because it's like I can describe to her what I'm talking about, and then I just have to hope that you like it, especially when I'm bringing it to you the night before.
I know, and I loved it. I loved it.
So anyway, the whole point was to do something with, I wanted to try out this fabric fusion. I don't know how many of you have used this or not, but this is a glue that we have in stock, and I wanted to just kind of see, you practice on products, and so I wanted to kind of see what I thought about this. So I'm just going to show you kind of up close what she just showed you on Studio 5, but you've got your fabric. You've already wrapped your canvas, right? So now you have the backing for your heart, and you trace the heart on there. You're going to be covering it all up anyway.
I was going to say, you could use any scrap of fabric. You could have used a black fabric if you wanted.
Oh, yeah. You cover the whole thing up.
Right.
And in fact, on the original one, I used an old Kimberbell towel that was a little thicker, kind of like a canvasy duck cloth type fabric. And so that worked really well too.
Yeah.
And so what I did is I just, when I cut the strips out, I started out with strips that were like that big. Folks, that takes a really long time. You quickly
realized that, no, that's not going to happen.
We're not doing that anymore. So I cut them longer, and then I just did 2 different sizes to keep it simple. I had the skinnier ones, and then I just took and cut those in half.
Notice she's not measuring. There's
heavens no.
No measuring.
No measuring. It's and no cutting straight. Yeah. But I liked having 2 different thicknesses. I liked having 2 different sizes of strips, so that it could kind of create that ombre look without the thicker one. Anyway, you just take and glue that out. So let me show you how this glue works. And it helps. So I lost the lid. I lost the lid for this.
Did it dry at the top?
And so it's all dry at the top. But guess what I have? Did anyone watch Comment Sold last night?
Got a purple thing.
I got a purple thing, and look what this purple thing can do.
Maybe.
I'm wondering if the whole glue thing just got dried out. Okay. Here's the deal. It's not dry. Okay, I used anything like this.
You could use a knife.
You could use a knife.
A paintbrush.
A paintbrush, and I just slide that baby on. In this particular case, I'm like loving my. See, this is why I should never be on Studio 5. I'm over here going, the paintbrush worked so much better. Anyway,
that's not bad.
when I was doing this one right here, I used a plastic knife. So
Yeah.
anyway, you want to just cover that up and then you lay it down. The other thing I really like about this glue is it dries fast. It's not too bad at all. We're done. And
There you go.
when
Slap
I'm
a
all
K.
done, slap a K. We are slapping a strip.
Uh-huh.
How do you do that? Slap a K. Anyway,
Yeah.
you're gonna just build that all the way up like you see in the picture. One thing I did notice with this glue, if you decide to do this and you like using this little fabric fusion, don't water it down. I thought maybe if I watered it down and just brushed it all over, it would work really good. You got to have that full strength in order for it to work. So
Okay. Good to know.
when you're all done, you can kind of do a little watered down brush over the top. But I did not do that. By the time it dries, you don't really need to put a coating. You know how when you Mod Podge stuff, you can put that coating over? You don't really need to. It sticks on there really nice. And who cares if there's a little bit of raw edge? That's what makes it fun.
Wow.
So yeah, that's kind of the thing. So you could use a Q-tip, Cindy says. Yeah, you absolutely could.
So it's a permanent fabric adhesive, and if anyone's done like collage quilting, like Emily Taylor, she uses this
she loves
fabric
this
fusion.
stuff. She loves this stuff. It's a good little glue. I had watched Emily Taylor's stuff, and I'm like anxious to do some of that collage quilting. This was my mini version. I was getting my feet wet into the collage quilting world.
And if you can notice that she did she extended those beyond the line, so
All the
that
way around.
once it's all covered, then what you do is you go back and you trim on the line, and you can see that line through the back.
Yep.
So
Yep.
is
So
that
you
why
can-
you used a
you
permanent
can trim
marker?
it
That
on
was
this.
a good idea.
Yeah.
So that you could see through it.
When I did the other one, I did not have a permanent marker, and I lost sight of it, and I had to keep retracing it. So it's way better. It's gonna all be covered up. So why not make it something you can actually see?
So you're gonna cut it out, and like I said to Brooke, we repurposed a canvas.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was
So,
just one
it's
thing that
just
we
an
got
old
from
canvas.
the shop. Yeah,
Mhm.
it did not. And actually, I grabbed scraps from the kit room, and just pulled some scraps from there. So it was really fun. And as far as the time that it takes to do that, the heart itself, I just sat in front and watched a movie, and I did it in an evening. If you don't use teeny tiny strips, girls, you'll get ladies, you'll get done. Ladies, gents, all of you folks. Folks is not the word I like to use, but I tend to use it all the time because it encompasses all y'all.
All y'all.
All y'all. All y'all. Anyway, it took me maybe 4 hours. Maybe.
That's a long time.
4 hours.
You
No,
think so?
no. It was in 2 different sittings. It was just in the evenings. I
Oh,
just went
okay.
home and did a quick little. Now, when I say 4 hours, it's because that's like start to finish. That's stapling the canvas.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
I can see that.
getting it start to finish. So when I consider a project, I'm like 4 hours. That's 2 evenings. I got it done. So yeah, once I had the design in mind, it really flew by. Very
Marion
quick.
asked, are you
So-
overlapping the strips?
Yes, I do. I overlap the strips, and I do that because it gives it texture. You know, I build it up. You know, you've got I'm over here showing you. You can't see it, but yeah, I definitely overlap the strips and kind of build on top of it. If you feel like you want more shading, you can grab a little darker red and put the shading in. Anyway, it's kind of fun.
And you attached it to the canvas using the fabric fusion
I
as well,
did.
correct?
I just took this baby and I didn't water it down, and I just scribbled that whole thing over. That entire project, I mean, I still have this much of the glue left, and I was not sparing on this at all. And I didn't even go through a whole bottle of this with that whole canvas. So this, I was amazed. It really lasts quite a while.
Barbara's asking, can you stitch through that? I would have, I mean,
With a sewing machine,
yeah.
I wouldn't want to hand stitch anything because it's a little bit
no.
thicker, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because, I mean, Emily Taylor, she quilts her quilts.
Yeah, you could
So-
totally. I mean, the strips are all running one way. You could run some sewing the other way just to tack it down, or I don't know. Yeah. When you're stretching the canvas, does the glue hold? I stretch the canvas first. So I put the fabric on the canvas first, and once that was all secure, I just used staple gun. Then I cut this out and threw it all on there, and it's nice and stiff by the time you get all of that fabric on there. So I glued it on after that had already been, the fabric had been stretched over the canvas. So because it would do that.
Definitely, yeah. Oh, I try to catch things in the comments, Patsy.
I'll tell you, Jenny and I are not that great. We're still trying to pull. What we need to do is have one of us that's looking for comments, and the other person can do their thing. Someday,
I don't know.
someday, our 3 at 3s. It's okay. They're good.
They're awesome. They're
Okay,
awesome.
Judy
Are you
wants to
kidding
see
me?
the finished product.
Okay,
Is this the one you're talking about?
Tammy
Okay.
says she'd embroider a message on top of it.
Oh, how
You
cute!
can definitely do that.
Yeah.
So this is it.
I don't know if you want to just
Let's get
kind of
up
show
close
up
here.
kind of close these different fabric strips.
Mm-hmm.
I just layered them on, but I mean they're not coming off. And I just spread the glue on the whole surface of there. I didn't like get too crazy about it. I mean, some of these, I'm like, can I do this backwards? No. Some of these look like the tips might go up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't.
That's okay.
They don't. And then if they do, that's just fine.
It's the canvas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that it's oversized. In fact, I gave that
Make a statement.
I gave that challenge to Carillisa when she was going to do something for me with canvas. I said, I want it big.
Yep.
Like bigger.
I was afraid this wasn't big enough.
I'd go bigger.
Well,
Okay.
I gotta
Right?
get those canvases back. Yeah,
Exactly.
seriously, if
No.
you're gonna put,
This is perfect. This is perfect.
yeah,
And
especially if you're one that likes to put the essence of the holiday in the house,
Yes.
and you're not one to
It's
like
not
do
too
a ton
much.
of decorating.
right.
A few big bold statements on there.
Mhm.
It's fun.
Exactly.
This is a 20
And
by
this is no
20.
sewing.
Marion was
Yeah.
asking. This is a 20 by 20 frame. So
Tina says a 4-leaf clover would be fun too. Yes, definitely.
okay,
4-leaf
that's
clover
my
would be
next
really cute. We
project.
could
I'm
do
gonna
that.
do a 4-leaf clover.
And someone earlier had said little shamrocks like this
Oh,
would
yeah.
be cute. Just take the green glitter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, maybe we should do
I
that. We should
love
do
it.
little we could take the tan and white balls or the colored ones like a rainbow
Oh yeah.
and do that too.
I have a
So,
demo happening in a little bit for 3 at 3. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We could do some fun
That would
stuff
be
with that
fun.
one too.
Yeah. No, I think what you did was the perfect size actually.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like
It's
it.
big. The heart was
It's
as big
still
as I
big
could
and
get
it's
it.
very doable.
Well, if you make it a whole lot bigger,
Mm-hmm.
it'll take a little bit more time. Which, if you're into that, that's all good. I went to go paint, like acrylic paint, a big canvas. Like I need a big statement piece, so I went and grabbed this canvas. I didn't buy nearly enough paint. That takes up a lot of paint.
Yes, yes.
It's like enormous.
Mhm,
Guess how much I have done? The background. I started at about June.
Yeah.
Thank you guys
Oh.
for your comments on the class. I never know how that's going to come over, and I never know if
Oh.
I'm taking too much time to explain
No,
stuff.
she's
So,
Excellent
yeah.
teacher.
oh, grandkids, that's a perfect thing to give to.
Mhm.
Yeah, perfect things.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Anyway, that's
Pamela
this.
loves the heart canvas.
Oh,
So,
good. It's cute. It's fun.
You know, I got thinking you could do the same idea. You could just do like little ones and put them on cards.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
That would
for
be kind of
sure.
fun.
For sure.
So anyway,
It's we like to get creative.
Linda says it would make a good pillow cover too.
Oh, yes it would.
No,
Yes it
no,
would.
Diana, you do not have to decoupage over the heart when you're done.
No.
No.
Nicely enough. I mean, that glue does a good job. I was thinking I would need to, and I got done and went, there's no need.
Right?
There's really no need. And when you do the fabric fusion, this is one thing I'll tell you. If you want to put it over the top, just note that it will be a little bit shiny. So this is kind of a matte look.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one of the reasons I didn't do it, is I was just not going for that shinier look. But if you want that look, this does create a more of a glossy look. You could do that. But if you did that, I just would brush it over. But there's no need. There's no need. As far as structure goes, you don't need the extra glue.
So Carillisa did the canvas for me, and she also did the banner that had the woven.
Yeah, that was so
the
fun.
woven embroidery, and that was really cute.
That
too.
was fun. Yeah, that was fun. And that one was another thing where once I had the banners cut out, it just took me an evening to work on. So it looks like it can be complicated, but it's really not.
No.
It's a TV project.
There you go.
It's a TV
there you go.
project.
A TV project. I
Yeah.
love it.
So perfect. Thanks, Donna.
All right. Well, you better get going.
Oh, I have this thing that I'm like not really good about being on time. I'll bet you never knew that. Never. Well, I think that they have gotten, okay. I think they've gotten to where they text me about, 5 times in one day to get me there for my appointment. So glad for text. You guys, thank you so much. We will see you next Thursday. And I have some really fun guests to come with me on Thursday. So
yes, you do.
we'll see you again.
I'll
If you
see
want to talk to me before then, just call me.
just give you a call. Thanks, Carillisa. Okay, have fun at the dentist.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
My cell phone.
Oh yeah, don't forget that. Thanks, Carillisa. You're awesome. Isn't she amazing? I'm so blessed to have such wonderful ladies here that work with us and that can come up with some of these ideas and things. Oh, I can take that off now. They're just